with Chris Bienert from Winnebago. You're a product manager on this Sunflyer GG.
Yes.
And you're also, you were a product manager over on the Revel, so we kind of knew you back from the Revel days.
Yep. Revels and Travados and Soluses and
Yeah.
a lot of van stuff.
You're a van guy.
I kind of been a van guy.
Yeah, but now you have this Sunflyer.
Yep. It's a new, interesting new challenge. So the Sunflyer is actually, it's a new product for Winnebago. Okay. Now it was developed by a different team of young, very passionate designers and engineers and product folk. And I watched them, and the level of heart and dedication that they put into, and let's just say it, the amount of love they put into this new Class C was it was a lot of fun watching.
Well, we came across this Sunflyer GG when we were at the Tampa show recently, and it really caught our eye because it's kind of like an EKKO, but just a little bit longer, because it has the twin beds in the back and that huge gear garage. So how long is this one?
So this one's right at 27 feet.
27. And our transit-based EKKO is 23 feet. The other EKKO is like 24 and a half, I think.
Yep.
So that's not that far off in length.
No, it's not that far off in length, but it's enough that it matters, and it's wider too. So, Sunflyer is this is the classic Winnebago, but it also got a shot of DNA from all of our experience with vans and EKKOs and everything else that's really kind of made it fun.
Yeah, I can see that coming through. And there's a lot to love here. Well, first, I got to mention the price. It's like half the price of an EKKO.
Yeah.
And that is just fantastic because I think it opens it up. Even the EKKO Dreamers, it opens up to a whole different demographic, younger people with young families.
Yep.
Now they can get into RV life.
The beauty of what we kind of call the conventional Class C, the Econoline base C, is when you look at bang for the buck and the amount of floor plan and what you can haul with and the amount of storage, there's just nothing else in the RV world that competes with the conventional C for the same price point.
That's really cool. That's one of the things to love about it. The other thing that I love about this one is this gear garage is even bigger than our EKKO's gear garage. It's just crying for somebody to build a slide-out tray because it would be a nice wide one for your toys. Back there.
And that was a lot of what people loved about the EKKO really went into this layout. Like the gear garage, except even bigger. We did some other things with like the LP system. We had the removable tanks in the EKKO.
That's so handy.
Right. And so now we've got that in the conventional C.
Fantastic. Yeah, that was one of the things that was always so hard for us in our original Travado, is finding places to get propane, especially in the winter.
Yep.
And then once you can do the exchanges, it's just a game changer. It makes it so much easier.
Yeah. So with the Sunflyer, I talked about the amount of love that went into this thing and the thought. The guys that designed it, or the product manager, went back and he mined history. And he found an old Winnebago ad from 1987. Where were we in 87? High school?
Just about to graduate.
But it had the this logo on it that's everything that's in it is worth the name that's on it. And they read that and said, that's our North Star. So as they did all of their engineering and work, and they were selecting their materials and their components, that was the guide for the Sunflyer.
That's really neat. It sounds like that it meant a lot to them, this product, putting out a good product that they could be proud of.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so, this GG layout, some of the things they've done, they were learning from the other teams, like the teams working on the EKKO, the teams working on the vans and everything. They brought a lot of those ideas into it, along with that legacy of what has made Winnebagos in general so popular for so many years. But like from from the van and the EKKO world. They did things like the refrigerator in here. It's 10 cubic feet, but it's also 12 volt. So just like the
Okay.
refrigerator in a van or an EKKO.
Yeah, well, we really appreciate that. And the big freezer is an important one for us, and this one has a fantastic freezer. But it also is probably going to sleep a lot more. More people, bigger family maybe coming on.
Yep.
Might not just be two people because it can sleep six, I believe, right?
Yeah. So you've got, the bed in the back. It has the two twin beds, similar to the EKKO, but
Yes.
they're actually even bigger because
Yeah.
we've got more real estate to work with. And then this L-shaped sofa that we're sitting on, you can sleep one very comfortably, two in a pinch. And then also you get up into the cab area, in the cab over, and that's, easily two people up there.
One of the things I like about that cab area is you could actually sit up there in that. So, sometimes they're just very low ceilinged,
Yep.
and it's basically you're just laying up there. But in this one, it's very spacious. You even get the TV up there,
Yep.
and I can imagine kids would love
Oh,
making that their own space.
absolutely. It is 100% the kids' fort. But, when you talked about that sit-up height, that was
Yeah.
even something that they were thinking about in the back, on those EKKO style beds, to give you enough room to sit up on
Ah,
the beds there.
yeah. Okay. Well, and this bedroom definitely feels more spacious than our Echo. The other thing that I love about this one is the storage. There is just so much storage, and you have the cargo carrying capacity for it too. So you could pack this thing down.
Yeah, absolutely. So this GG has no slide rooms.
Yes.
The carrying capacity is over 3,300 pounds.
Wow. That's like over double what we get in our Echo.
It's,
I'm jealous.
it's the beauty of, building on the Econoline chassis. I mean, are they a little dated? Yes, but they call a lot of
They're
weight.
powerhouses. Wow.
So,
That's fantastic.
and it does have some new features in the chassis. It does have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto,
Okay.
for your navigation and everything.
Yeah.
And yay, adaptive cruise control.
Oh, my favorite.
So,
Glad to hear that.
so yeah, so the Sunflyer, like I said, it's new. A lot of engineering that went into it that was new to Winnebago. So things like in the ceiling, of course, we got our ducted roof air, which they
Fantastic.
did an amazing job with the air distribution. So like I used the longer version down in actually at that Amana we'll meet up.
Yes, yes.
Airflow through every vent was just nice and even, and it got warm. I mean, it was up in the
It was hot. I
yeah,
can attest to this because James and I were actually hanging out with Chris in his Sunflyer at the Amana Rally, and it was so hot outside, and it was frigid cold in there.
and we had
So
one
it works well.
yeah, we had one air conditioner, when we were in the mid upper 80s, and
Yeah,
that one air conditioner was cycling.
yeah.
So 41 millimeter thick walls still provided some good
Nice.
insulation,
That's
for the hot
impressive.
weather.
And it is a three-season coach, so it's not made
Yes,
for winter camping. I mean, you could take it out in the winter. You just wouldn't use the water system.
right, right. And that's pretty typical. As
Yeah.
far as being able to heat the coach, it's got the capability there.
Well, speaking of capability, let's talk about taking it off grid. So, like tank size, that's always a big one. So, what are the tank sizes like?
Okay, so you've got fresh water. You've got 52 gallons on board,
Nice. That's more than us by two.
but it's enough. I mean,
That's
and
wonderful. That's a
and
lot.
if you are loading your family in this thing,
You want that.
kids get dirty, kids need to get cleaned, so you're going to need water. But then we back that up with the waste tanks. So it's a gray and a black tank, but there's over 80 gallons of wastewater capacity between
Wow.
the two.
Yeah. Half for black, half for
Yep.
gray. Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah. So that, and there's so much, again, you think about, you got your kids coming with, what does that mean? Two words, dino nuggets. The microwave is it's a combination microwave, convection, and air fryer.
Ah, okay. That's
So,
something we don't have either. Fantastic.
so it's a dino nugget making machine.
Ah, I'm sure that you're making kids happy all over right now with that one. Actually, my granddaughter loves dino nuggets too, so I get it. I get it.
So I hope so. But we got the two colorways. This one that we're in is called a bode, which is very natural woods. You got some dark.
Yeah, I like it. There's the two-tone. There's the darker in the lower cabinets of the kitchen, and then the lighter above.
And then the lead designer on the program, or design manager, actually came out of the yachting world.
Oh.
And so we've got another interior they call Marina, where they brought in like some. They're actually a nice shade of blue in the doors, but it kind of has this whole sort of like beach vibe going on.
Yes, I've seen the inside of those. It's really nice. It gives it a happy feel inside.
Yeah. And some more of that engineering that they went through. If you start at the top here, full fiberglass roof.
Fantastic.
Which is wonderful. I mean, if you drive under any trees or whatever, you got the protection there.
Mm-hmm.
But then they go to the next level. So the edges of the roof curve down, so you don't get any water puddling up on top.
Oh, that's great.
Okay, so what they did is they looked at, like leaks are always a thing with, tend to be a thing
with RVs in the RV world. It's absolutely.
And so they went after that with a passion, saying they just don't want that to happen. So that was part of what was the roof design, but then they redesigned the front cap with they used the way they describe it is like a shingle effect. So as the water runs down, it's managed to keep it out of the coach, and they're using a new type of sealant on the roof from 3M and a company called Sika. So if you climb up on this roof, usually you climb up on an RV roof, what do you see? There's like black globs covering up everything. This one's clean.
All right, speaking of the roof, what else is up there? Are we going to find solar?
Of course we are. Let's step over to the control panel here.
All right, show me.
So here we have the Merlin solar charge controller.
Okay.
So again, worthy of the name that's on it. We're using a high quality Merlin controller here. And then also we've got a multiplex system here that's going to give you an automatic generator start system. And this is what I think is one of the best parts here is in the tank levels, is it actually reads by percentage instead of just like the old-fashioned 1/3, 2/3.
I really like that when you get a percentage like that. That's a nice option to have. And you said there's a generator start on there as well?
Yep, we've got a generator start system right here, an auto gen start.
Great.
So you can either just turn it on, or you can set your time and everything for the generator to run. It's a nice 4,000 watt generator. And of course, we also have an inverter, so that'll power up things like your televisions and such for entertainment.
And the switch is easy to access right there too.
Yep.
Well, I am really impressed to see this. I'm excited that this is in your lineup, and I can't wait to see what you'll bring to it now that you're managing this as well.
I think it's going to be fun.
I think so too. Well, thank you so much for being with us and giving us a tour of this awesome Sunflyer. If you all have any questions or comments, come on over to the Fit RV. There will be a corresponding post that goes along with this video. You can ask them over there. Thank you, Chris, for your time, and we'll catch you next time.